Well, I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want Lee to know what happened. I want Mars's entire recollection of what happened completely and utterly given to him by Octavian.
We can do that.
Oh God!
Just be like, where have you been? Oh, you know.
Can we
In
turn
the
down the music a
underbelly
little
of
bit?
Oh yeah, if you go into rhythm, see in the chat rhythm, just right click on the name and then user volume.
Got it. Perfect. Did not know that was a thing.
Yeah.
All right. Just let me know when you want me to introduce my character.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So yeah, let's pick off where we left off. Try to make it as quick as possible so we can get back to the group.
So, Hugo and Octavian, you guys are in the vault of the gang, grabbing what you can. Are you gonna leave the vault, or are you gonna? What are you gonna do?
Do you want to check around to see if there's any like secret compartments inside the vault?
That's a good idea.
Because I feel like this isn't enough money in here. Like from what we heard, what was it? Dexter. He said he owed him like 2,000 gold, and we didn't find 2,000 gold worth of stuff here.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So I'm gonna.
I specifically remember Hugo be like, "This is not enough stuff in a vault like this."
So I rolled a 4 in investigation, so I can't find anything.
You search the walls for any secret doors. You search the chest to see if there's any secret compartments. You don't find any.
Does Hugo want to look?
Yes, I'm gonna look.
All right, make a check.
I have an unnatural 20.
Natural 20. All right.
Unnatural.
Unnatural. So, surveying the room, there don't appear to be any secret doors. But in one of the chests, you do find that it is, looking at it from the outside and then comparing the inside, it is subtly different. It does look like there might be a layer missing.
Like a layer missing, or a layer that has been added? Well, missing in what way?
Missing as in, if you look at it from the outside, the chest is smaller in the inside, so there should be something there.
Oh, I see. Hugo just goes, It looks like there's been additions inside the vault.
Additions?
Yes. The vault should be bigger.
No, it's just a chest.
Oh, it's just a chest?
Oh.
Just a chest.
Do you want to check it for traps?
Yes, let's do that.
All right.
I'm assuming that's an investigation roll, yeah?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah, that would be investigation.
I'm trying to adjust settings on my end.
Okay. I can hear y'all now, please.
Cool. Ooh, a 19. That's awesome.
Oh, I also got a 19.
No. I can see what roll. If you're rolling on D20, I can see what rolls you're making because we're in the same campaign. I have something that's called the game log. So it tells me. So here, like I'll roll something, and it should tell you in the corner. Did it just say that I rolled something?
No, I'm just looking on my character sheet. So.
Oh. It should be in the corner of your character. Whatever. I can just see what rolls you make. I guess it's because I have the Beyond 20 link thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it too, so I know what you're talking about, Connor.
Hold on, give me one second.
You can see it.
Yeah.
It's showing that he's rolling that too.
Yeah, I saw the
okay.
5 that you rolled for your for your thing.
Okay.
So do I need to use that, or do I roll my actual
No.
dice?
You can roll your actual dice. I
Okay.
just have this hooked up in a way so that we can see each other if we use the digital dice.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you got a 19. That's pretty awesome.
Okay. Anyways, what do we see? We're fine.
Yeah, what do we see?
All right. As you feel around the chest, you feel at the bottom kind of has a little give to it. And prying it up with a dagger or sword, it pops open, revealing a couple bags of what you assume to be coin.
Okay.
How much coin are we talking here?
After taking a few minutes to count it, it's roughly 2,000 copper, 1,000 silver, and about 1,500 gold.
So we have 2,000 copper, 1,000 silver,
1,500 gold.
and 1,500 GP.
Damn.
Yeah. They call me, not only am I Octavian, but I'm also referred to as the Ounsler, which means that these hands of mine, I can approximately weigh whatever is placed inside of them. As I'm holding the two bags of money. The Ounsler.
I think as a merchant I have a weight.
You probably do. You probably do have a scale.
Yeah, I think I have a scale.
I'm like, this is about like.
I do have a scale.
Yeah. I'm holding the bags of money. I'm like, this is like 5,000 gold pieces all together right now.
I mean, I have a scale. If you really want to be accurate.
So I think we found everything we found in here. So we should probably head out.
Yeah.
All
All right.
Let's head out.
As you're leaving the vault, I don't know how to describe this.
Mm-hmm.
You would hear what sounds like shuffling, and as you reemerge into the main chamber where all the fun happened,
Yeah.
you see a group of maybe 5 to 10 women rifling through people's bags, the corpse bags.
Oh God.
Ma'am, madams, excuse me. Hello. Do I recognize them? Are they the ladies from before?
2 of them are. You recognize the elf and the
Oh.
tiefling. The rest are foreign to you.
I'm gonna jump up on the table. I put all the money in my bag of holding, by the way. I'm gonna jump onto the table and go, ha ha! See? Octavian pulls through yet again. It was quite easy, poisoning them all to death.
The elf begins to slowly clap as she kind of does a little bow, and she says, "You did a good job. That is true, but it wasn't that hard of a task. Poisoning someone is much simpler than engaging in a fight."
Well, granted, these were your rivals, and you never really seemed to have dealt with them quite like I did. I've made your job quite easier, I'd like to say.
She kind of narrows her eyes at you and says, "I will admit, you did a good job.
Yes.
Now, if you're interested, we have more work for you. This was somewhat of a test, if you will. But we have more important jobs."
Well, I'm going to turn to Dave.
This is like a test?
A test? I'll turn to Dave. Or Hugo. Well, we really should be getting back to where we were at war. However, if you'd like, maybe in the morning, you could send over an affiliate or an associate to the Quiet Lamb Inn. That's where I'm staying at the moment.
She kind of does another bow and says, "We'll send someone in the morning. Enjoy your rest."
Excellent. Also, if you'd also like to send the reward money for taking out your rival gang, that'd be great too.
She kind of smiles to herself and says, "It'll be done." Now,
excellent.
She kind of looks over your shoulder and says, "Did you happen to clear the vault?"
We did not. We couldn't find anything.
Make a deception check.
Excellent.
Oh God.
It's what I'm built to do. All right, that is a unnatural 20.
All right. She kind of scratches her chin for a moment and leans on a table, just looking you up and down. And then she just shrugs and says, "Be on your way."
Excellent. Well, ladies, We'll be on our way. Hopefully to hear from you soon. All right. I'm gonna grab Hugo's hand and run.
Oh my god.
I'll be right back. I think someone's at the door.
Okay.
Room service.
Yeah.
False alarm.
Cool.
Okay. So you two depart from the PAX antechamber down the long hallway you came through before. As you get near the exit, you do notice a man slumped over the guard who had let you in the first place.
Cool. I kick him in the rib.
He does not react. He seems to be dead.
Cool. He's dead. Keep running.
All right.
Hugo's just like, was that necessary?
I wanted to make sure he was alive or not. So, funny thing is, I have Unarmed Strike. I think everyone has Unarmed Strike. It's just a punch. However, so my Unarmed Strike is a +2 to hit. However, my damage, if I were to hit, is 0. Because I have a -1 strength. And your Unarmed Strike, unless you're a monk, is just your strength modifier. And because I have a -1, it's just 0 damage. So I physically cannot hurt anyone by punching them.
Well, it's a good thing he was already dead.
Yeah.
All right. So, you continue on your way through the night market, back up the outer staircase, till you reach the top layer of the city. From there, you progress back to the Quiet Lamb, where it's about 3 in the morning now.
Excellent. I'm going to...
Yes?
I'm going to say to Hugo, I'm going to say, hey, so, it's been great, buddy. It's been awesome. What is that sound in the background?
I think it's Lee's mic.
Lee.
Sorry, I'm trying to... My headphones just aren't working, so I'm just switched to my computer's microphone. Sorry.
It's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna say, hey Hugo, if you want more, if you liked your taste of adventure, and you want to get out of this place, just come back here, and you can meet up with me and my friend.
All right.
We can show you some we can show you the world.
Yes. I have to thank you, Octavian. You have provided me with quite the epiphany.
Yes. Also, I would also suggest you do come back, being that I have all of the money, and we need to figure out a way to split it up evenly among ourselves.
Yes. And we must.
Right.
We probably should donate some of that to the children's orphanage.
Oh yeah, of course. The 7 crystal toys, all worth 50 gold pieces. Those are definitely going to those kids.
Yes.
All right. Well, I will see you in the later today, I guess, because it's technically morning already.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to sneak back into the tavern.
Are you sneaking into the tavern itself or back into your room?
Both.
Both? Okay, make a stealth check.
All right. Awesome. I got
Remember, Mars is in the bar.
Yeah. I got a 7.
7?
Yeah.
Mars, make a perception check.
All right. I got a 7. I got a 20. An unnatural 20.
All right. Octavian, as you quietly open the door and tiptoe your way into the room, you don't see anybody dining. The bartender looks to be asleep behind the bar, but you do see Mars kind of leaning on the bar top. And as you enter, you step on a creaky board, just barely enough to make it a loud, audible creak. And Mars, you do see Octavian sneaking in.
Hey Lee.
Mars
Hey,
Mars
Lee.
is just gonna rush right over to Octavian and pick
Lee,
him up and.
Lee, you should probably turn your mic to press to chat.
All right.
Because it's like
How do you do that?
If you go to settings, user settings at the bottom, voice and video, push to talk for input mode. And then ooh, it sounded like he was in a tornado.
Okay. So Mars, you rush up to Octavian. Octavian, you're not caught off guard, but you're a little surprised.
Hi, Mars.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hold on. Lee's typing in the chat.
Where have you been, young man?
Yeah, we gotta get that boy some better headphones. Hang on, my headphones are being buggy. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, cool. Thank you for comment. Hold on one moment for a brief intermission while we have a commercial from our sponsors. Which button do I push? I don't actually know.
All the buttons.
EDK. Never done it before. Oh, you could try doing it through your... Do you have
No.
headphones?
Okay. No.
Yeah.
I know how to do it.
How do you do it?
Okay. So, when you go to user settings, right?
Yes.
Then you go to voice and video.
Okay.
Click push to talk.
Okay. Voice and video, push to talk.
Then you have to click where it says key to bind and pick whatever key you want. So that when you press that key, you're able to talk.
Yeah, key to bind. Shortcut key to bind.
So, can you hear me now? Right?
We can hear you.
So right now I'm holding my D key on my keyboard. You hold it, you press it down, and then when you let go, you can't hear me.
Okay.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I got it to work. I think it got it to work.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, and I could hear you guys the whole time, just so you know.
Oh. Okay.
It's just I couldn't figure out how to get my voice to work.
Okay, cool. All right, so what did you do, Mars?
I just rush over to Octavian, pick him up, and shake him and say, "Where did you go?"
Oh, Mars. I'm gonna try and like spin my wrist on my hand, kind of like trailing off. Like, I went on a lovely night stroll this evening, and I met a lovely individual known as Hugo. Quite nice. What else did I do? Oh, I found a dead man in an alleyway. He starved to death, so I dragged his body out onto the road and put him up against a light pole. He's probably still out there now that I think about it. But because I wanted to bring attention to the fact that, he died and stuff, so maybe the authorities would find him. And then while I was doing that, I was stopped by a man named Hugo, and we talked to each other, and then we got mugged. And we both managed to scare off the muggers. However, we accidentally killed one of them. But Hugo, he has magical healing powers, and he was able to bring the man back from the dead. I don't know how dead he was. He was probably on the throes of death, but he managed to bring him back. And then I, using my beautiful, with my perfect, uncompromised, completely sane logic, was able to convince the man to turn over a new leaf. Then, using my beautiful abilities to disguise people through makeup artistry, I disguised the man and told him to run away, leave the city as quick as possible, and take on a new leaf. And then, me and Hugo single-handedly hunted down the entire crime organization that the man was working for, that he owed a debt to, and we single-handedly killed every single person that worked there through sheer, unadulterated poison. I also got paid a hefty sum.
Mars is just standing there kind of stunned.
And you thought I was incompetent and incapable of protecting myself, but I single-handedly poisoned an entire crime organization, killing them all. It was beautiful. It was so easy. All I had to do was show some tits and poison their drinking thing with like some really potent poison.
Octavian, I have never once thought you were never incapable of any of those things. My
Now you
issue
have
is
proof.
my issue has always been drawing attention to yourself.
What attention? They're all dead.
As far as you know.
I'm pretty sure we made certain they were dead. We did stab a few.
All the ones that were present.
Well, they don't know I killed them. I also was disguised as someone's daughter. But then I did reveal myself as a skeleton. But they don't need to know that. I was wearing a costume. And, I mean, what are they going to say? Oh, a skeleton did it. Ooh, what did he look like? Oh, a skeleton. Oh, wow, how, distinct. As long as I don't show anyone that I'm a skeleton. And no one's going to know I'm a skeleton. No one's going to, no one's going to suspect me as a skeleton. I'm very good at hiding myself and disguising myself and being other people, Mars. But I think what the most important thing is, and I think what will completely and utterly change your mind, is I managed to rob them of quite a large sum of money. A very hefty sum of money. Granted, I have to split it up with Hugo and then donate it to the orphans that the crime syndicate kind of paid to maintain and keep them living through their crime. I kind of killed the orphanage's only form of income, but whatever. They're orphans. What are they going to do? Tell their parents?
At this point, Mars just kind of has his head in his hands.
Well, I'm going to go sit in the corner of the room and just not move like I do, because I don't sleep anymore, because, I'm dead. It was a lovely night.
I need more sleep.
All right. You two retire for the evening. Hugo,
I slump in the corner.
Hugo, you find your way to a bed, and I'll say,
Yeah.
for the sake of brevity, you guys get a long rest and wake up maybe.
Yeah.
It was 3 a.m., so I'll say you guys wake up after 8 hours, around 10 a.m., 11 a.m.
8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so it would be 11 a.m.
Yes.
I also washed all the crap off my face.
Yeah. Yeah. What was his name? Sturby. Yeah, that was your code name. Sturby.
Okay.
Wake up, be like, so, Mars, you were talking in your sleep last night. You kept saying that I left the bar and that I went off and I killed an organization of crime syndicate. Like, wow, that's some crazy dreams, buddy.
I pull Octavian into a really, really tight hug, like one that you can hear his bones start creaking.
Crushing me.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't suffocate you to death anymore.
No. I mean, it still feels weird, if feeling is a term that I could appropriately use for the sensation I'm currently feeling. But I don't need to breathe anymore, my friend. I don't have a larynx to crush. But why are you doing this to me? You had a nightmare. Are you scared? Is that why you're crushing me? Because you need a reassuring hug?
Not today, Octavian. Not after last night.
What? Oh, the bad dream you had.
You're so lucky you don't have lungs anymore. I choked you.
I'm gonna dislocate my hand and throw it on the ground. Oh, I dropped something. I need to get that. You mind putting me down?
I put him down gently.
Pick my hand up and reattach it. All right. Well, we should probably get some. Well, you should probably get some breakfast. I'm going to. I don't really know. I don't eat anything anymore.
Milk.
Milk. Yeah. Oh, I need some I need your finest liquid calcium, sir.
You need a milk bath.
I need a milk. Oh, yes. Yes.
All
Do
right.
you have any plasma for my marrow? I'm gonna go downstairs. Is Hugo there?
Yes, I'm probably there.
Yeah, Hugo is there.
Did you bring Sphere? Be like, hey Hugo, I'd like to introduce you. Oh, all right. So, sorry, your name is Mars. Mars, I'd like to introduce you to my friend Hugo here. And Hugo, I'd like to introduce you to my friend Mars. Mars, Hugo, Mars.
Greetings.
Hello,
So you're
Mars.
the guy who let my best friend get into all that trouble?
I didn't let him do anything. He did it all on his own.
I kidnapped him, Mars. I kidnapped him against his will.
Okay, I definitely believe that more than the story you presented yesterday.
Yes, I kidnapped him. Right, Hugo? You right? Yeah, I mean, you enjoyed it. It was fun, right? It was adventurous.
Yes, you involved me in your adventures, yes.
Yeah, see? I'm a good person.
Oh, so there is a mechanical sphere next to Hugo.
Oh. Is this what is this? They kind of like knock on it. What is
Its
this?
name is Sphere.
Oh. Very creative.
It's a person?
So Hugo's like, Sphere, introduce yourself. And then like the sphere opens up into like a person, a man. It's very.
It's a Bakugan!
I posted a picture of like what it relatively would look like.
Oh, I see it.
Like one of the Dwemer spheres.
Totally a Bakugan. Bakugan.
Totally. Well, it's nice to meet you, Sphere. Wow.
It doesn't talk.
I can tell. Huh, that's a shame. I could fix that, possibly. Maybe.
And what, talk for it?
Well, I'm going to take a seat and kind of like, put my feet up on the table and kind of relax. Let's just say there have been stories to which bards of a specific capability have been able to imbue a voice into objects that cannot speak. I don't quite know if this thing considers an object or a creature. I'm not quite certain. If it's a creature, I might not be able to do it, actually. I'm rambling. Let's count the money!
Yes.
So,
I brought my scale.
Oh, you brought the scale. Cool. I'm going to put the 2 sacks of money up on the counter and then the 7 crystal toys. All right. So we have approximately 2,200 copper pieces. We have 1,050 silver pieces. And we have 1,515 gold pieces. And then we also have 7 toys made of pure crystal, each worth 50 gold pieces. I will take 1 gold coin and set it aside and say, for the orphans. And
I'm gonna go get bread.
They're going to need more money than that. Why don't we give them a gold?
I was also going to give them the crystal toys.
Yes, but we should probably sell the crystal toys, so we can just give them the gold.
Oh, good point. How about this? The money that we found in the safe that wasn't hidden, we'll give that to the orphans. But the money we found that was hidden, we'll keep that for ourselves.
That sounds good.
Because there was 15 gold pieces. So a copper is a $1 bill, and a gold is a $100 bill. So we essentially found 150. Sorry. We found 15 gold pieces. So that's $1,500 bills. And then a silver piece is a $10 bill, and a copper piece is a $1 bill. That's a lot of money to give the orphans. Yeah, so we'll give them 15 gold pieces, 50 silver pieces, and 200 copper pieces. And then the 7 toys worth 50 gold pieces. And then I will split up the 150, 1,000, and 2,000. So let me see here. Do I need to split it up for Sphere? Does he need
No,
money?
he does not require money.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. Huh?
Think Sphere and I as one entity.
Okay. So, splitting the 2,000 silver pieces 3 ways. One of us is going to be getting 667, and the 2 others will get 666 for those copper pieces. You know what? I will give Mars the 667 because he's a holy man. I don't want to corrupt him. And then me and Hugo can get the 666 for the copper pieces.
All right.
Paying me for my emotional damages, Octavian.
Oh yes, I have to pay you for your emotional damages. All right, and then the 1,000 silver pieces divided 3 ways is 333. So Mars, I will give you 334, and then me and Hugo will both get 333 because it's not a full thing. Actually,
How much gold again? 6, 7?
No, that was copper pieces. It's 667.
And how much silver?
You're gonna get 334, and then me and Hugo are going to get 333. So you see where you can add your currency on D&D Beyond?
Yeah, I know how to do that already. Don't worry.
Do you know how to do it, Dave?
Hold on.
So it's in equipment, and then at the top of the equipment, there should say something that says a currency. If you click on currency, it will, and then you can add that in. And then for the gold pieces, 50 divided 3 ways. So we're for the 150 or for the 1,500 gold, we're each going to get 500 gold pieces.
Yeah, swimming in money.
Excellent. We're swimming in money. So I currently have the equivalent of 838 gold with all of my money added together. So that's pretty good. And then we can, we'll go to the orphanage and give them their stuff.
All right. You guys exit the tavern. It's nearing lunchtime, so it's a little more crowded than usual. Go ahead and make an investigation check to see if you can find the orphanage.
Cool. I got a 4. Hugo's from here. Hugo, do you know where the orphanage is?
I should.
I should.
You would know where it is.
Okay, so I don't have to roll for that?
You don't have to roll.
Okay, good, because I would have gotten a 9, so...
So, Octavius...
I've never been to that part of the district.
Octavian and Mars, you both start walking to the left. Hugo starts walking to the right. You guys correct each other and join up going to the right. It takes you maybe a 5-minute walk to get to the lower end of the lower end of the not economy. The
Street?
no, district, I guess. The low end
Oh,
of
okay.
the core district.
Oh.
And eventually you find your way to a large 2-story building with a bunch of children outside playing, large wrought iron gates, and 2 guards standing, one on each side.
Going to yell, "Good evening, good morning, children."
Where's
Come back.
that?
These must be bad kids. That's why they have a prison guard.
As you shout, some of the kids stop and look at you and just tilt their heads slightly.
I have gifts, many gifts, to bring you children, because you're orphans and sad and have no parents. You know, because you're orphans. Yes, I have gifts for you all, if you'd like. Those gifts don't pertain to parents, though.
The guards kind of look to each other and nod, and then one begins to approach you. As he gets closer, he kind of sets his spear to the side and says, "Can I help you?"
Yes, I've come to give gifts to the orphan children.
You're here to
Raise
make
their spirits.
donations or
We've
gifts?
come to make donations.
Donations, I guess, would be the appropriate term.
He kind of nods and gestures to the other guard, who unlocks the gate and it swings open. And he goes, "You'll find the madam inside. She'll deal with the donations."
Excellent. All right. I'm going to turn to the guard and go, I just would like you to know I'm only doing this to write this off on my taxes. And I'm going to keep walking inside.
Octavian, we're travelers. We don't pay taxes.
Shh, they don't know that.
All right. You make your way inside. As you are walking between the gate and the actual house, you are swarmed with children who just... They're starved for attention as it is.
Don't touch me!
You kind of shout and they kind of ease back a bit.
I feel like Hugo just plows through them.
Through the kids.
He's just
All
making a
right.
beeline for the madam.
You guys open the door. The kids kind of trail off back to their games. The distraction now gone. You head inside and you see a maid scrubbing the floor, and to your left immediately is what looks like an office with an older woman sitting behind the desk just going through some paperwork.
Ma'am, hello, yes. Do you run this establishment?
She kind of looks up and adjusts her glasses and nods and says, "Yes, I run this establishment."
I want to do an insight check. Is this like the lady from fucking the Skyrim orphanage lady? Mother, whatever her face, it's a total bitch. Am I getting those vibes?
Make
You
an
know who I'm
insight
talking
check.
about? The one you have to
Yes,
kill?
yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, my insight check is a 9.
A 9. She
Yeah.
seems like a nice enough lady. You kind of give her a quick once over, just gauging how, well dressed she is compared to the orphans. She looks like she's not being. She looks like she's a good person, as far as you can tell.
Okay. Yeah, Corella the kind. Well, ma'am, pleasure to make your acquaintance. We are merely travelers passing through, and wanted to just give back to these poor children. Because they're orphans. I didn't know. I don't know if you knew this, but they're orphans.
She kind of takes her glasses off and begins to rub her temples, and says, "If you're here to make donations, I will accept them."
All right, I'm going to place
the Rubs temples.
I'm going to place the 200 silver pieces, the 200 copper, 50 silver, and 15 gold pieces, along with the 7 toys of crystal worth 50 gold pieces each.
As you set these down, you see her eyes get kind of big, and she kind of adjusts herself accordingly, realizing that these donations are a bit more significant than she may have anticipated. But
So I have some terms, ma'am.
she goes, "Yes.
If I was
What
to
kind of
give
terms
such
do you have?"
I would like these children to be well maintained. I'm talking very good food, fine establishment, and when they become of age, I'm not saying old enough to leave the orphanage, but when they're, old enough to work, but still have to stay at the orphanage, I would like them to be able to get apprenticeships, quite nice apprenticeships throughout the town, so they can learn very nice trades and make something of themselves, so that they can potentially bring either more money into the orphanage, or when they do have to leave, once they are old enough, they will be able to make something of themselves and won't have to resort to a life of crime.
She kind of gives you a questioning look and says, I see no objection to that.
Excellent. Marvelous.
With this, I can afford to get the little ones gifts for the Light Festival."
Oh, well, that's nice, I guess.
But most of it will go
Don't-
towards food and maintaining the structure.
Marvelous. Great. I'm so glad.
Yes, infrastructure is very important.
Yes, I kind of like knock on the wall. Very firm.
It kind of gives a little.
Ooh, I take that back. Yes.
There's a festival.
There's a. Oh. You said something
There's
about a
gonna be a
festival.
festival.
She goes, yes, in a few days we'll be having our light festival. It's the day when all 3 moons are visible in the sky.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot that was. Is that like a universal festival, or is that just for this city?
It's a universal festival. It's celebrated wherever
Huh.
people feel like celebrating it.
That can see the sky.
They can see the sky. Yeah, the dwarves not so much.
Yeah, no, not them. So, maybe we should stay for the festival, Octave or Mars. My insanity's. The narcissism setting
Talking
in.
in third
Mars.
person again.
I'm talking to you, Mars, and calling you myself. The narcissism's getting quite bad lately. If you don't mind, I'd like to go maybe put a show on for the children, lift their spirits.
She goes, "Oh, you're a performer."
Oh, ma'am, please don't use such. There are no tongues in any. There's no word in any known language to describe the type of performer I am. Performer only is the mortal word used to describe the level of beauty I possess,
I can think of a couple words to describe you.
which would be.
Not appropriate to use in front of children.
Oh well.
Perfect.
Yes. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to kind of just walk out of the room. Children!
As you exit the room, you see that the front door is wide open and there's maybe 10 or 20 kids all gathered by the door eavesdropping.
All right, kids. Have you ever seen a magic trick before?
A few of them raise their hands in anticipation.
Oh, you have. I'm going to pull out my cards and start doing card tricks. I'm assuming magic tricks such as these, correct?
Some of them nod their heads, other ones kind of look at you confused.
Yes. Well, allow me to inform you that you've never quite seen magic quite like mine. You may have friends, but you don't quite have a friend like me. I'm going to dislocate my skull and roll it on my arm, kind of like the genie, and then place it back on my head again. But I still have my mask on.
Okay, make a performance check.
Woo! That's a 19.
19. You watch as some of the kids, their eyes go wide as you do this. One of the kids turns and runs outside. Another one looks like they're about to faint.
And then I'm going to use prestidigitation to make like sparks kind of fly out of my collar and then turn into confetti.
All right. Some of the kids start clapping and cheering.
Ha-ha!
Other ones just kind of
Yes.
look with like one eyebrow raised.
Why, you not impressed?
Some of them shake their head no. They cross their arms.
What? I'm pretty sure you've never seen a man rip his own head off and roll it on his arms. I'm pretty sure none of you kids have ever seen that before. Unless that's the reason why you're orphans.
One of the older kids kind of looks at you with his chin up and says, "I've seen better."
All right. I'm going to get real close to that kid and kind of pull my mask down and say, "Have you ever seen a talking skeleton before?" I'm going to whisper it to him.
Okay.
Mars is just kind of standing to the side, sucking in his breath.
The kid just kind of looks at you, and as you pull your mask down, his eyes just kind of go wide, and he turns a little white.
I assure you, I am of no harm, child. I merely am just a madman, capable of performing many tricks and magics, for I am a magician. I will I will kind of weave my fingers like I'm pulling strings in the air and kind of, using minor illusion, create a spectral teddy bear that will begin to dance around and then explode into tiny little teddy bear butterflies. As the little butterflies kind of fly away, they turn into like little bottle rockets and whiz away in sparks and then pop.
All right. The kids kind of just watch. The one you traumatized just kind of stares at you, unblinking, as the other kids cheer and shout as the butterflies swarm around them.
Ah, see? Magic. I'm pretty sure that kid has never seen magic quite like this before. Have any witty remarks? Clever things to retort? Child?
He just kind of backs away, takes off running back into the yard.
That's what I thought. My gosh, these children. Ugh, critics. Ugh. All right, kids. That's enough magic for right now. I might explode if I cast too many spells. You know, that's what happens to magicians. So, I've given you all some very nice gifts, and I hope that you guys use them very well. Hopefully, if you're... So, okay, I have a question, DM.
Yes.
Is there, like, with the Festival of Lights, because I'm pretty sure I'm familiar with the holiday, is there, like, a Santa figure, or, like, an Easter Bunny, or, like, a Tooth Fairy figure?
Not really. It's more of a day of just general celebration. There's no figurehead. It's just a day where something rare happens. The moons aren't always visible. You can typically see one, maybe two, but to have all three in the night sky is rare. So they celebrate it once a year. And parents generally give their kids gifts just as something to do. There's no figure giving out the gifts. It's just something that parents do.
Well, time to start a tradition. If you children are very good, and if you've been good all year, did you know that there are kobolds that live on the moons?
Make a deception check.
All right, I got an unnatural 20 because I can't
Natural
roll
20.
below a 20. Yeah.
Some of the
no,
kids...
I didn't get a natural 20. I got an unnatural one.
Unnatural 20.
Because I can't low... Yeah.
Some of the kids at this point are sitting down, just their necks craned, just watching you talk. They're completely enraptured by what you're saying.
So yes, there are kobolds that live on the moons. And those moon kobolds, they make, fun little toys for good little girls and boys. And, did you know that the fun moon kobolds that make toys for all the little good girls and boys, if you're good on the Festival of Lights, they will come down in their little metal boats that float down from the sky, and they will give you very good. They'll give you delicious treats and awesome toys. But if you're bad, they'll take you away, back to the moons, and they'll turn you into a kobold, which is pretty fun. Kobolds are pretty cool. So, take that as you will. You might want to actually be bad and become a kobold, because they're fun and cool. But if they take you away to the moons, then you'll be moon kobolds, and you'll be forced to make toys, and then you'll have to give the toys to other kids, and you won't be able to play with them. Oh my gosh, isn't that horrible?
Some of the kids look a little... They kind of ease back, and they shrink their heads into their shoulders. A few of them just continually stare at you, unblinking eyes, completely, like I said, enraptured. But they seem to believe you. You're completely made up.
So the moon kobolds will bring you great gifts. But you have to put something out to bring them. I will create minor illusion and make like a 9-pronged candelabra. Where the 9th candle part the one in the middle can be detached and can be used to light the other 8. A menorah, if you will. I said, well, this is what you have to light in your home, and it will tell the moon kobolds to come to bring you the gifts. If you don't have one of these actual candelabras, merely 8 candles will work.
All right. The kids they shake their heads. A few of them start, running back to the yard. Other ones kind of crowd around you, just looking at the illusion you created. A few of them run deeper into the house, maybe looking for candles.
So, children, before me and my associates leave, remember to tell all your friends, even the ones that aren't orphans, about what I've told you here today. We want to make sure every child in this city is aware that they have to be good so that the moon kobolds will bring them delicious gifts.
They all kind of nod in agreement and head back to playing their games. excited about the prospects
Excellent.
of moon kobolds.
Mars, I think I might have started a new holiday subvariant.
Yes, you told orphans who probably can't always be afforded those kinds of luxuries about luxuries that they're guaranteed to get.
But that's the trick, Mars, is now I have to go find a group of kobolds and convince them that they are a lost tribe of moon kobolds, and that they have to go to these cities now and give them gifts in an attempt to atone for their sins so that the moon kobolds come and bring them back to their home on the moons. It's genius.
The web of lies you weave.
I can't wait for them all to catch up to me.
All right.
Octavian,
Yeah. Yes.
shouldn't we ask
Hugo.
the madam what her connection is to Iron Lung since we're here?
Oh, that's a very good point. I completely forgot about that. I'm going to close the door so the kids can't hear. Madam, you wouldn't happen to be associated with Iron Lung, would you?
She kind of cocks her head to the side and looks at you and says, I'm not familiar with that name.
I'm doing in. I have a passive insight of 15.
She seems to be telling the truth.
Is she lying? Oh, I'll do it. Check if you'd like me to, though. Okay. Well, I'm glad. Huh.
That was odd.
Nope, she doesn't seem. I think Hugo. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's odd.
All the audio queued at once, so I heard everything you said at once. And it's lagging very badly.
Oh, I'm going insane. Mars and Hugo. Oh, those are your names. Oh, we should probably go. Oh, this has never been that bad before. Mars. I'm gonna try and knock on my skull.
All right. You three. All right. Are you leaving now?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll leave.
You guys head back outside. Where would you like to go next? You were supposed to meet one of their contacts at the Quiet Lamb. That's where you told her to meet you. So.
Should we meet them back at the place, Hugo?
The city.
Yeah, we should head back to the Quiet Lamb.
The Iron Lamb.
The Iron.
Yes. Octavian, I might have gotten us a job.
Excuse me?
I mean Mars. Wow. Has anyone ever told you we look quite similar, Mars?
Yes. The 9-foot-tall, 400-pound Loxodon looks so similar to the small, skinny human man.
It's the tusks. You know, they really, we have similar tusks.
Wait, did you grow tusks?
No, don't look at me.
I swear to God, Octavian.
We actually never determined who your god is. You follow as a grave cleric.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to look into that.
Do you have a good death god, Logan? In your setting?
I do. They're
That's
called
probably who you follow.
They're called Mira. Merra.
Mira. The goddess Mira.
Yeah. Y'all can keep.
So, I guess we'll head back. If we're lucky, we'll be able to partake in the festival.
Yeah. We also need to figure out what Iron Lung's connection is with Iron Solutions Company.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I should remind you, they're the company that's been buying out all the merchant guilds, all the smiths.
Hugo, would you like to undermine them the same way we undermined Iron Lung's guild, our little crime syndicate?
Yes, I would like to cripple them. severely.
Okay, yes! Yes!
Oh no. Now I can be outvoted.
Mars, these people are evil. They must be put down. They must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Octavian, but you know how I don't like the idea of drawing attention to ourselves right now.
It's fine. I'll cast minor illusion on my face, making myself look like a crazy clown lady. See? No one will know it's me.
But still,
A few of the kids
if
kind
one
of.
person, if one person sees you as a skeleton, gets away, and then starts spreading around that a grave weaver is running around with a skeleton, that could be bad for both of us.
Then we destroy the city.
Then don't tell them that you're a grave weaver.
Yeah.
Can't help it if people recognize me. I am the heir.
I'm going to take out a tiny little mustache out of my disguise kit and put it at the tip of his little trunk, like where his nostrils are. I'll be like, see? No one will know.
All right.
Is that Mars? No, that can't be. Mars doesn't have a mustache.
Oh my god.
I'll take it off and just put it on one of the nearby children.
You just slap a mustache onto a kid. You just...
You watch as the kid kind of touches their face and smiles and runs off to tell his friends.
Look, guys! These orphans are going to be very interesting people when they grow up.
I'm sure the trauma is going to help with that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at us. Look at all the trauma. Look at the amount of trauma that made us into the people we are today.
So I guess we're going back to the inn.
Yeah.
All right. You guys exit the orphanage as the children kind of wave and, try to get your attention as you leave. The guards the guards shut the gates behind you and lock them and resume their positions. You make your way back to the tavern. As you enter, it's a fairly sizable crowd. It's about lunchtime. There's a few people eating. Oh no.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're enjoying your food. Do I see
We had a conversation about drawing attention to
Oh,
ourselves.
that's right. I'm sorry. You know how hard it is for me, Mars. I love it. It's so difficult. Is the lady here? Is she nearby?
You do see off in the corner the tiefling woman from last night, kind of sitting nursing a drink.
You. I'll shake a hanky at her.
She kind of sees
Another
you.
friend.
She gestures you over.
Hi, yes, ma'am. We were wondering. Yes, you must be our contact.
She kind of does a little bow, and she says, "You can call me Giulietta."
Hi, nice to meet you, Giulietta. I'm assuming you have some information for us.
She goes, "I have information, but if you're here about the job, I have a job for you."
Yes, that's what I mean.
Oh. She kind of adjusts herself, and she gestures for you three to sit. She goes, "You see, we control the red light district of this city. It's very profitable, very lucrative.
Oh.
But unfortunately, due to its nature, it does not get the attention from the guards it should. And lately, someone or something has been going around killing women of the night.
Oh my gosh.
So far, 14 have been found dead. There may be more."
Well, that's unforgivable.
Yeah, someone's been murdering. Someone's been destroying the economic backbone of this city.
She goes, that is how I view it. Now, the flock controls this area of the town, the city, but we aren't capable of having a person on every street corner. So some alleyways go unguarded and some businesses go unguarded. She goes, but I was hoping you three, along with a fourth member we've hired, to find this killer and stop them by any means necessary.
I'm gonna lean into her. It's not the mustache kid, is it? I assure you, he's not an adult. He's just a child wearing a mustache.
She kind of looks at you and says, no, your contact is over there. And she kind of waves at you, Dante, to gesture for you to come over.
So I'm walking over.
All right. You can describe your character if you'd like.
Yeah. So you guys see a 6-foot black turtle who happens to be carrying a quarterstaff and is dressed as a what you could only assume to be a scholar.
What's a turtle?
It's a turtle.
Turtle person.
Turtle person.
Oh,
Turtle.
I'm a
Yeah,
turtle.
turtle person.
I am a turtle person. It is kind of great. I love it.
Yeah. What kind of turtle are you? Are you like a snap? Are you like a tortoise, or what are you?
Normal turtle.
Snapping turtle.
Normal greenback turtle.
Okay.
Yeah. Just the generic one. Nothing too special. Just happened to be. Okay. Which one? Because hold on. Let me check something. I could be. Wait. Is it Logan the DM?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What can I say? I'm like a descendant of a dragon turtle.
I don't see a problem with that. It's for flavor.
Okay. I don't have any of the properties of a dragon. I just have
Yeah,
somewhat of just the looks. Like I have some spikes on and a really long tail.
I'm
Yeah,
fine with
like a
that.
tortoise.
Tail doesn't do anything. It's just aesthetic. Yeah. So yeah. You guys see me walk over and yeah. I'm mostly looking for. And then I just explained to you they hired me because they told me they would give me the artifacts that have been lost in ages, so I can return them to the museums where they belong.
Yes, they've promised you some of the relics that they have acquired as payment for stopping this serial killer.
Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, my friend. I am Octavian Starfeller, the Immaculate Bard.
You're a skeleton.
I am wearing my mask at the moment, so you don't know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is my good friend Mars.
Hello,
Nice to meet you. What did you say your name was again?
Dante.
Dante.
You ever been to hell, Dante?
Funny
Story. Octavian. Not right now, please.
My travels bring me everywhere, so in a way, yes.
Maybe one day. That'd be fun. And I don't know if you guys know each other already, but Hugo.
I am Hugo Saint Germain.
Is there anything else I should
No, you,
tell you guys about my stuff, or you good?
no, you should be fine.
Do you have a last name, Dante?
No, just Dante.
Huh. Must be a turtle.
I have a few brothers.
Oh, what are they named?
Leonardo, Michelangelo,
Whoa.
Raphael,
Ah,
Donatello.
incredible. You wouldn't happen to be raised by a rat, now would
How
you?
did you know?
I just a shot in the dark. Lucky
Actually,
guess.
He's actually my master.
Oh my goodness. You being an you seem to be a scholar of sorts. Would your brothers pretend to be like some sort of like artists? I think I've heard of the late Michelangelo. Turtle sculptor, correct? Quite good.
Good, pretty good. He actually has a figure made after me.
Oh my goodness!
The
Incredible.
the thinking turtle. I'm the model.
Oh, why? My goodness. Incredible. Your brother, Leonardo, quite the painter I've seen.
He's the favorite.
Yes. Well. All right, tiefling, ma'am, whose name escapes me, because names are very bad, apparently, in this hollow skull of mine. You need us to find the murderer plaguing the red light district.
She nods and says yes.
Excellent. I'm assuming there's some payment involved if we are to accomplish our goals.
She goes yes. There is 750 gold for each of you, should you
Oh
find
my
and
gods.
neutralize this killer.
Oh my gods, this is incredible.
Plus whatever the killer has on them.
Good to know.
Question: What do you have any leads for us?
Oh yes.
She kind of lowers her head and says, they strike at night, and that's pretty much all we know. And you see she kind of gets a somber mood.
How many people are dead?
I think it was 14, right?
14.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he have any types? Like is an MO?
Right.
Is there
Are
a
they
particular
young? Are
woman?
they old? Are they
Yeah.
human? Are they?
It seems to be indiscriminate. It's just women.
Indiscriminate. Okay.
Are they all women,
Which
or are
area?
some of the? Because I'm assuming the red light district doesn't just have female prostitutes. I'm assuming it has like male prostitutes as well.
She says only female women of the night.
Oh, interesting.
I have a question. Are these female women of the night well off? Are they poor?
Some of them are more wealthy than others, but like I said, it's almost indiscriminate. He or she or whatever seems to be just killing any woman of the night that they can find. But it's only women.
Okay. Which area of the red light district? Is it like back alleys or is it like
out in the open?
Most of the bodies have been found in alleys.
And of course they're Hugo. What an odd question to ask. They're hookers. Of course they're massively wealthy.
Okay.
I've never met a broke hooker.
Say again?
How were the bodies found?
She goes, well, most of them were found with quite deep gashes across their chest. We assume it was some kind of bladed weapon. And a few of them had what looked almost like claw marks.
And we're certain it's a bladed weapon. It wasn't like some sort of like puncture from some sort of
No, they were slashed.
phallic object. Maybe a penis.
It's a sharp ass penis.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what certain creatures have in this world.
Cats.
Ugh.
So.
Don't get me started on tabaxis.
Okay. All right. So we know that the women were found in alleys.
Yes.
Which is there a? Are they? Do these women have houses that they worked at?
Oh, you mean like a
brothel?
Brothel? Yeah.
Or were they just
Some of
women
them-
of the street?
Some of them were self-employed, if you catch my drift, and others were under the employ of madams.
Okay. Can we have the names of the ones that were employed under the madams?
She goes, unfortunately, I do not have names of the exact women, but I can give you the names of the madams in the area.
Yes. Give us those. Those would be helpful.
She goes, there are 3 brothels that have currently been affected. The other ones, so far, there may be more bodies, but the 3 madams are Madame Rachel, Madame Lasau, and Madame Ivory.
Lasau.
Does the killer take any trophies from them?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
No, as far as we can tell, killed, not robbed, just killed.
He's just in it for the killing.
Yes,
And one last
do they take anything to remember the killing, like a finger, hair?
Ear.
She kind of shrugs and says their bodies were found relatively intact. No missing fingers or
They-
ears or eyes.
Organ.
And they just kill them, right? They don't like rape and kill. They just kill.
She goes, no, as far as we can tell, just kill, thank goodness.
Were they missing any
Okay.
organs?
Yeah.
She goes, well, other than the ones that spilled out upon being killed, we
Oh
couldn't
goodness.
we couldn't tell if any organs had been taken.
Checking. Is this a? Yeah. No, she's supposed to have that. Is this? Yeah. No, she's supposed to have that.
I mean,
Oh
that
wait, no, she's
helps.
not supposed to
That's
have
part of
that.
the investigation.
Yeah. Is she? Anything look like it's missing here? Well, technically, it's all on
Do
the
they have a
floor.
heart?
So
Do they got the kidneys? Do they have
Yeah.
their lungs? Like
yeah,
those
their
matter,
brains could be illithids.
right? Okay.
She
Okay,
goes, as
I
far as
guess-
we could tell, they had all of their organs intact.
Hmm.
Are the women
Good to
all
know.
human women?
No, we already asked. It's indiscriminate, so it's
Okay.
just a variety.
Okay,
Hmm.
so let's get the facts straight. All the victims are women.
Yep.
Species is
Irrelevant.
anyone he can get his hands on.
Yes.
Yeah, and they were killed with either a knife or a sharp blade,
Or something like claw marks.
and they were all killed at night.
Yes.
Yes.
And as far as we
That
can tell,
counts.
none of them provided their services before being killed.
That is entirely possible. Yes.
And on top of that, no trophies were taken from the women.
As far as we can tell.
Hmm.
Unless
Another
you count their
question.
souls, but you can't really
Yes.
tell if their souls are missing.
Yeah. Good point. We do. So I'm looking over the notes. It seems that all of the victims share one thing in common.
Their
What would that be?
They all have vaginas.
Okay. I think
Yes.
we're good
Yes.
here. I think we're good.
If
I
I
think we
remember
should.
them
I
all.
think-
Hmm. Fascinating. I think we found the MO. I think we found the thing that links them all.
And I mean, we don't know if all of the women had vaginas.
Oh, true.
Well, I think we should go to the madams and talk to them and figure out who they might know who the last customers were.
Yeah. Or we could draw out the killer.
Okay, we have time to do that because we can do both.
Oh no. I'm aware of that. I would like to go see the madams. But
And then we'll draw
I
out the
think
killer, and that's
we'll draw out
entirely
the
a good
killer.
plan.
But I don't entirely think that this person is a customer per se.
I think we should still talk to the madam just to
Yeah.
find out where, because it might be that those customers got paid to lead them there, and if we find the customers, we can ask them a question.
Yes.
How soon are
Let's
the
go to
bodies
Lamau
found?
first. Yeah.
Say again?
It would be best to cover it.
How soon are the bodies found?
She kind of scratches her head and says, we typically find them in the night, fairly fresh. No survivors, no one still alive when we arrived, but fairly recent. In some cases, the screams were heard, and we got there in time to find the body and no killer.
Octavian, you can use that spell of yours.
The one where I make myself look like a lady.
Well, you could do that, but also talk to the dead.
Oh, that's right. I can talk to dead people. I forget.
You've been forgetting a lot of things.
I have been.
All right. She kind of leans in and says, so, are you going to take the job?
Oh, yes, of course.
She goes, excellent.
I
She
will.
goes, make your way to the red light district, interview anyone you have to. We've we can't put it on lockdown per se with the way the business is done. So some of the girls are still
Mm-hmm.
out at night looking for, and she kind of, gestures, and
That's fine. That's no problem. I'm going to stand up from the table. Well, we should be on our way. We want to make haste. I'm going to immediately turn around to to one of the customers directly behind me.
All right.
I'm going to walk up to him.
Okay, you walk up to an elven gentleman sitting down for a nice lunch.
Hello, sir. I'm going to gesture to the room. Everyone, this man has told me the funniest joke I've ever heard in my entire life. Go, please. Tell them all about the joke you've just told me.
You watch as he kind of looks up with a mouthful of food and then turns to the crowd and just kind of looks back at you with an eyebrow raised.
Give him a second. He's eating. We should probably be going, everyone. We need to leave.
Continuing to sow chaos.
Okay. As you leave, he kind of stands up and starts to gather his things to leave.
You've embarrassed him.
Yeah, well,
All
I've
right.
noticed these things I do, Mars, are more sporadic than they used to be. I'm afraid it might be a product of the the incident.
Eh, seems pretty standard.
Really? You don't think I'm going crazier?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
You didn't aggressively embarrass people before.
Oh. Okay. Well, we'll make our way to the red light district. So Dante, do you have any favorite colors?
Dante?
Dante?
My favorite colors. Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Purple
Purple.
reminds me of Donatello. He's really cool. He's the one that
oh.
helped me with the quarterstaff.
Oh, interesting. Do you have any favorite, I don't know, favorite rocks? Do you have any particular favorite stones?
Marble.
Marble. Ooh, he's incredible. Yes. Do you have any do you have any taste in music per se?
Classical.
Classical. Oh, quite taste. And if I were to dig up corpses in a graveyard for purely scientific and anatomical research, would you aid in that endeavor?
Why not?
I like this individual. This man is quite. He seems like he'd be quite fun. Well, let's make our way to the red light district. Maybe tonight I can get fucked.
All right.
And not the sexual kind, if you know what I mean.
So, the four of you depart into the city, make your way through the twisting streets. You can see that since it is like the madam, not the madam, the proprietor of the orphanage said that they are gearing up for a celebration. You do see people up hanging up banners and balloons. Well, not balloons. It's a little early for that, but banners and handing out flyers. For local businesses that you should support.
Mm-hmm.
But as you make your way through the streets, eventually the city starts to get a little seedier. There's less shops, more rundown buildings, and eventually you just enter. You turn a corner and you're just on a street, and as far as the eye can see are large paned windows with women just sitting waiting.
Ladies, I'm going to say to each one that I walk by, ma'am, madam.
Some of them just kind of look at you curiously and nod. A few of them get a little interested and kind of approach, realizing you're not a customer.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not interested in anything you have to give.
But where in the red light district would you like to go?
To what was it? We wanted to go see Madame Lamau. Lamu? What was her name?
LaSalle.
Lafau, yes.
And then we have 2 other madams as well afterwards.
Yeah.
All right. So you anybody who would like to make an investigation check to see how easily you find Madame LaSalle.
Sure.
Investigation. I caught an 8.
All right.
I got
You got a what?
a 16.
All
You're
right.
very good at finding whorehouses, Mars.
I got a nat 20.
All right. So
Hugo seems to be quite much better.
easily enough, Hugo, you ask the right people and they point you in the direction of Madame LaSalle's. You approach and it's a 3-story brick building, quite nice. It stands out a little with its bright purple exterior. And you see in the front window are a few women absentmindedly flipping through a book. But you enter inside and a short gnomish girl approaches you, and she kind of looks up and says, "How can I help you?"
Hi, yes. We'd like to speak with the madam of the establishment.
She kind of cocks her head and says, "Do you have business with Madame LaSalle, or is this just a personal call?"
Business.
She goes, "Ah, of course." And she goes, "I'll be right back." And she departs back through a back curtain. After a few more minutes, she comes back with a large dwarven woman. Short.
You must be Madame LaSalle.
She kind of nods and says, I'm Madame LaSalle. What do you want?"
I'm gonna lean in, kind of, so I can whisper and be like, "We've been informed by the flock that a group of someone has been going around and murdering a lot of the women of this district. We've been asked to handle that, figure out what's going on. We just had a few questions we wanted to ask."
She goes, of course. And she kind of looks to the gnome and says, "If anyone else comes for me, tell them I'm busy." And she kind of opens the curtain and gestures for you 4 to follow.
All right.
All right.
So,
Sorry, I was yawning.
fine.
So she leads you into the back, which looks like a small office. She doesn't have enough chairs for everybody, but she props herself up behind the desk, kind of leaning in on her elbows, and says, "So the flock sent you. Good.
Yes.
We've been having, as you probably know, some murders. My girls are very terrified. A few of them won't leave the house, which isn't good for business, but it's for their own safety. But," she goes, "as far as I know, the killings have been happening roughly around midnight or 1 a.m. That's at least when the screams are heard." She goes,
Okay.
We've told the girls to stay out of the alleys, but they obviously need a place to do their business, so it's a little difficult. But oddly enough, no men, including customers and men of the night, have been harmed or killed."
Do you happen to have a ledger of who the customers were?
She kind of says, "Unfortunately, men like to keep their business private. So
They do, but you don't.
make a persuasion check."
Would you like me to
A 5.
persuade her? Would you like me to persuade her?
Sure.
Ma'am, I'm going to lean in real close. Ma'am. Madam, I'm aware that these men like to keep their privacy private for private reasons. But I assure you, if we were to be informed of your customers, we could become quite adept at finding this culprit. I assure you, I will not use this information, nor will any of my friends use this information for blackmail, but merely to try and discern who could possibly be doing this. I assure you, this is done in a way purely from a place of concern for the well-being of these, arguably the entire backbone of this city economically.
She kind of leans back. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Excellent. That is a 22.
She kind of nods slowly and reaches into a drawer. She pulls out a small black ledger and she says, "This is the names of the men who visit my business. I can't get the names that the girls, do outside, but this is all I've got."
Now, which girls are the ones that
Yes. Could
She
you
goes,
show us
highlight those for us?
the last person that the girls were with before they died?
She goes, "There's a gentleman. His name is Oscar. He's
Oscar.
a bit of an
A
odd
grouch?
one. He's a bit of an odd one. He's a half ogre.
Oh.
He spends whatever money he has on the girls, and then whatever he has left, he uses for his mother. But
Interesting.
most of the girls were seen with him. But he's harmless. Like I said, he's harmless. He's very sweet, very kind. He would not do anything.
What about his mother?
I've never met her. I've only heard him mention her. They
How
live
does
in
he
a
talk
house.
about her?
He says she can be an odd one, but he loves her, so he doesn't speak ill of her.
How much you want to bet his mother's killing the women he's sleeping with?
No, let's see if his name matches the other ledgers from the other people. That's the best way to go about this. And then it
Yeah.
actually is his mother, but just to be certain that it is Oscar.
You're like,
You should get together.
we gotta do this the sane way, but it's totally his crazy ass mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
We're gonna do
we'll
this right, but it's definitely her.
Yeah, we'll cross our T's and dot our I's, but I have a pretty good suspicion this is some sort of like Bates Motel kind of psycho thing.
And then if it's not, it's okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, could you point us to maybe some of the other madams who have had some of their women
The next closest
tracked
brothel, if
taken
you
from
will.
them?
She goes, "Of course. Madam Rachel's just across the street."
Right.
Oh, wow.
Off to Madam Rachel, guys.
All right. Are there any mints, like a mint bowl?
There is a candy bowl, but the candy looks like it's been there for a fair amount of time.
Oh, great. I'll take
quick-
a handful.
Quick question: can I do a perception check to see if there's like any artifacts in the room?
Make a perception check.
The condom of multiple uses.
Nope. That's a 1.
Well, the one.
Well-
You begin to scan the room for artifacts as
3
you
total.
watch at a 3 total.
Yeah, 3 total.
Okay. You begin to scan the room for artifacts as Octavian, you reach your hand in the bowl and you hit it, and it's just a solid chunk of candy. They've all conglomerated together.
I'll just take the whole thing.
You pick up the bowl. Dante, this distracts you enough that you don't see any artifacts in question.
Okay.
I'm going to add to my inventory stale candy lump.
As you take it, she just kind of watches you do this, just kind of like looking around like, is he really doing this?
Ma'am, I suggest you get new, fresher candy.
She goes,
I will be taking this.
Most of the men here crave something other than candy.
Juice?
She just kind of shakes her head and says, just go to Madam Rachel's.
All right, please excuse our odd friend. We'll be going now.
But what could that mean? As I'm walking out, what could that mean? They crave something else in here.
Don't worry about it. It's nothing you'll ever need anymore.
Okay. Is it some sort of food?
Don't worry about it.
Probably
All right.
nothing.
You guys head back out through the curtains, past
Walk across the street.
the gnomish woman. Yes, you exit the house, and across the street you see another brothel. The large pane windows, women sitting. You
I'm
enter
gonna
it.
walk inside.
Yes.
Is there a lady behind the counter?
There's no counter, but there is what looks like
Oh.
just a stool with an older man, human, propped up just asleep.
Excuse me, sir.
He kind of
Excuse me?
He rouses and almost falls off his stool, and he goes, yes, can I help you?
I was wondering, can you give me a price comparison? A price check?
He kind of looks around and says, what?
I can get a male prostitute from across the street for about about 10 silver pieces. I was wondering how much your male prostitutes are here.
He kind of like rubs the sleep out of his eyes and says, well, we can offer for 10 silver pieces.
Oh, wow, that is a greater deal. Also, we'd like to know if we could speak with Madam Rachel. It's a matter of urgency.
He kind of gets up off the stool and dusts some crumbs off his stomach and says, I'll go get her.
Excellent.
And just ignore that first bit of what he was talking about. He's just crazy.
Ignore it, but never stop thinking about it.
He kind of disappears into the back room. After a few minutes, he comes back with a halfling woman, fairly old, with long red hair, and she kind of looks up and says, I was requested.
I will raise my hand up to Mars and say, let me do this. I know how to speak with short people. I'm going to squat down and be like, hello, ma'am. Yes. We are with the flock, and we were wondering if you could help us. We were informed that someone's been killing the women around here lately. Getting rid of them.
She goes, yes, we've had some murders recently.
Yeah, so if maybe you could inform us of some stuff, we could help you.
She goes, of course, how can I be of assistance?
Wouldn't by any chance
We don't know. We don't know. We don't know who's done it yet, but we've had some people pointing fingers at this half-ogre gentleman, and we were wondering if you could
tell us anything about an
corrupt.
individual known as Oscar.
Do you happen to have a ledger we could look at
Yes.
to cross-reference?
She kind of looks at you with a little bit of suspicion and says, I don't have a ledger, unfortunately.
Oh, you're going to tell us that there's a privacy issue and that you don't currently have a ledger that people like to keep it a little secret.
Is it perception check to see if she's lying?
Insight.
It'd be insight.
Okay.
Of course she's lying.
Why?
God.
I got another 3. Okay.
Ma'am, I'm going to
that
lean
makes
in
sense.
for...
That makes
I'll be-
sense to me. Okay.
I'll lean in for persuasion. All right, I got a 29.
29.
I'm gonna be like, ma'am, please cut the shit. We know that you have a ledger. We know that you keep these things. I'm not saying this to try to intimidate you in any way, but the only way we can do our job to the best of our ability and find whoever's killing your workers, your fine employees, is if you inform us. And I assure you, we will not use this information for any form of blackmail. We just really need to figure out who the hell is doing this.
We're trying to get paid.
Yes.
She kind of rolls her eyes.
I mean, no, we're not doing it just for the pay. Like, people are being murdered.
She reaches behind her. She reaches behind her and disappears for a moment behind the curtains. And she comes back with a small ledger, and she hands it off to you and says, "This information doesn't leave this building."
All right. It will up here. I'm going to touch to my head.
Okay. As you peruse, you do see that highlighted in red are the women who have been killed recently. There's about 3 of them, and their last customer on each one was Oscar.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let's go, madam. Where's the next madam that we could talk to.
Ma'am, do you know the other ma'am?
Because that would be Madame Ruby. She's down the street.
Thank
All
you.
right. If she's not red, I'm going to be very
Again, can I
confused.
do a perception check to see if there's valuable art that should not be there?
Make a perception check.
Sweet. It's a 5. Yeah, I think I'm on a roll today.
You scan the room. You do not see anything that stands out.
Dante, that headband seems to be covering your eyes. Is it supposed to be there?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
technically, I might be nearsighted.
I
But
might need glasses.
I might need glasses, but figuring it out.
Yeah. Well, thank you, madam. Yes. Oh, I'm gonna say out loud too. I'm assuming no one else is in here besides us. Oh,
It's just her.
Phooey.
and-
It doesn't seem to have any ledgers here. Damn. Well, we'll be on our way. Does she have a bowl of candy?
She does not.
Damn it. Maybe you should get a bowl of candy, ma'am. Spice up the place, you know? Men, I've heard that men that come in here crave something. I don't quite know what it is, but it definitely isn't candy. Maybe some sort of other delicious food object? I don't know. Edibles of some sort? Goodbye.
She just kind of laughs as you all leave.
That place didn't have candy, but the previous one did. What could it mean? I'll turn to Sphere. What does it mean, Sphere? What could it mean?
Sphere won't answer you.
I can see you're deep in thought, such as I. A man of little words. I respect that.
Yes.
All right.
I'll start from later on in the campaign. I'll start speaking to Sphere. I'll be like, Sphere, what do you think? Exactly. That's exactly my thought. And everyone's like, can he hear what Sphere is saying?
It'll be
Sphere
like
just shakes his head vehemently. No.
He's just crazy.
all right.
Off to Madame Ruby.
So
Yes.
you guys depart from Madame Rachel's and back into the street. Down the road, maybe a 30-second walk, you find another large, this time oddly red building.
We're doing
Yes.
a brothel hop. It's like a bar hop, but for sex.
As you enter, there is a counter this time, and there are two twin tieflings.
Before we enter, I'm going to say out loud while in the street, you boys ready for round 3? As I open the door.
Oh my god.
You're greeted by a counter with two twin tieflings, both red, sitting behind the counter. As you enter, they both kind
Hi.
of stand up.
Hi, yes, hello. We are with the flock. We are here to speak with Madame Ruby in regards to business.
They kind of look to each other,
Hear
nodding.
about the women.
Hmm?
I said we're here about the women who are.
Well, they don't need to know that. Only Miss Ruby does. We don't remember low profile, Mars.
Oh
Can
yeah,
we just
so
talk
low
to Miss
profile.
Madame Ruby, please?
One of the girls nods and heads into the back.
Thank you.
She comes back with a purple tiefling woman, bright red hair.
This is
Sounds-
bullshit.
She kind of approaches you, crosses her arms, and she says, "How can I help?"
Hi, Miss. Clearly, Miss Ruby. A little too much sapphire in that ruby, if you know what I'm saying, huh? Because she's purple. We're here to inquire about a ledger of sorts that you might possess that can inform us about, and I'm going to get real close to her, the killings that have been taking place around town. We've been informed. We've been hired by the flock to handle the situation. I assure you, ma'am, we will not be using the contents of the ledger to blackmail any of your customers. We just need to merely cross-reference any of the information we currently have against any of your customers, recent ones involved with the killings.
Make a persuasion check.
23.
23. She kind of looks to the girls, looks to you. She nods and she disappears behind the back. She comes back with a small black book and she gently hands it off to you.
Marvelous. Thank you, madam. All right. Let's look at those girls.
And
Anything
before-
Oscar?
Once again, sorry. Once again, you scan through the ledger, and she has marked in red the names of the girls who have been recently murdered. And once again, Oscar is the first name you see.
I think one thing we should... this guy gets around a lot. Like, he's... I mean,
She
I'm
did
not trying to
say
be funny here.
he spends
Okay.
all his money on the girls.
And whatever he doesn't spend, he gives to his mother.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Something seems...
At least we know her favorite.
Can I do a... Is it... Yeah, perception check?
For the
for
relics?
art?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, for the relics. Cool.
Oh my god.
I have to do it. I must find all relics. They must be returned.
He's got an itch that must be scratched.
It's 15.
15. You do a quick scan of the room that you're in. There's some nice artwork, some nice statues, but nothing of a relic. Just it looks like stuff that they, get from a local artisan, but nothing stands out.
Want to be sure. I think, okay guys, so I think here's the plan we can do. One or two of us can follow Oscar around, and then the rest can go on patrol tonight or set up bait for whoever wants to be bait, and we can try and catch them in the act. Ideally, you don't die, but can't say you will not die, so...
Octavian would be the perfect bait.
All right.
Oh, please let me be the bait. Please. I love being sex bait. It's one of my many professions.
He was an old woman last night.
I was an old woman last night. Now, granted, that wasn't for the sex bait. I was looking just to be mugged. But I'll pull out 2 sheep's bladders. If I could fill these with water, ma'am, that'd be great.
She just kind of gives you a curious look and gestures towards her kitchen.
Excellent.
Okay,
I'll-
I guess we got our bait here.
I will fill the sheep's bladders up with water and place them into my shirt as 2 faux titties.
I'll ask Madame Ruby, where could I find Oscar right now?
She kind of scratches her chin and says, if anything, he's still working. By
Where does he
the
work?
airships.
By the airships? Okay.
He loads and unloads them. His size and strength makes him almost a necessity.
And is he the only half-orc in town, or are
He's-
there more?
He's the only half ogre.
Half-ogre, okay. So he looks a little like Shrek. Got it. Okay.
So we'll be able to tell who he is.
I believe I should be able to follow him pretty easily. I've kind of been taught the ways of the shadows.
I come out. I will use my disguise kit to make myself look like a woman of the night.
All right.
I'm going to come out looking like this. Hold on. Doing this exact pose. Be like, hey guys, think it's pretty convincing, huh? Right?
You see the 2 tiefling girls kind of giggle to each other, and you see Madame Ruby just kind of take her head in her hands and just begin to shake them.
This is very convincing. Thank you very much. I'm completely talking in a different voice now. Like, completely talking in like a Dolly Parton voice. As with my mimic
Hugo
feat.
rubbing his temples.
Now, boys, please remember, it's me, Octavian under here.
How could I forget?
All right.
Literally no disguise you put on could convince me otherwise that you're anyone other than yourself.
That's why I love you, Mars. You always can see through my shit. Oh, Madam Ruby, I have one question I must ask.
Yes. She kind of
Do you have
refocuses herself.
Do you have any candy?
She kind of cocks her head and says, "I don't think I have any. Why?"
I was informed by Madame Lamau or Lafau that the men that procure her restaurant, she had candy out, but no one ever ate any of it. And she informed me that the men that came there weren't necessarily interested in candy, but something else, more delicious than the candy. You wouldn't happen to know what that is, do you?
She kind of laughs to herself and says, "You are an odd one," and disappears back into her office.
Why won't anyone tell me?
Just ignore him. We'll be leaving now.
What is it?
I sweep Octavian out the door.
I'm not Octavian anymore. My name is Polly Darton.
Okay, Polly, whatever you say.
All right. Now I must find a most nice corner to, Actually, you know what we should do? We should try to find, at least I should try and find, Oscar.
No,
Yeah.
okay, no, let him come to you. I'm gonna go to the airfield.
I'm gonna let him come to me, but what I mean is I'm gonna, I'm gonna find him and then I'm going to act like he found me. You know what I mean?
But I'm gonna go to the airfield or the docks and start following him.
After we sleep together,
we know where he would be.
I guess. All right. I'll stay
that
here in the red light district.
Exactly.
Just in case he's already here.
Right. Because then when he comes here, I can run ahead and give you guys a heads up.
All right.
All right.
That'll probably be the
I'll
better
stay
way
here and keep an eye
to get through.
Octavian.
So we have
All
Hugo and Dante, and Octavian and Mars.
All right.
Sounds
So,
like a good plan.
How much longer is he going to be working?
Are you asking her or are you asking me?
Her.
Her?
Like, usually what time does he show up?
Well, he works the early morning shift, so he should be getting off relatively soon.
Okay. So I'm going to rush to go see him. And if it's fairly soon, this is perfect. I'm going to spend... let's see. I need to spend... I spent 2 key points.
All right.
To cast Pass Without Trace.
All
on
right.
Myself.
It's plus 10, if I recall.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And then, so that's stealth?
Yes. If you'd like to make a stealth check, just a general stealth check that we'll reference when the time is needed.
So, plus 10, it's 25.
25. And Hugo, you're going with him?
Yes, I am.
All right. If you'd like to make a stealth check as well. And does your pass without a trace affect multiple people, or is it just you?
Yes.
Yes. It's a blanket.
affects multiple people.
Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't sure how the monks one worked.
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay.
I just spend key instead of
Spell slots. Okay.
Yeah.
So Hugo, you would also have a plus 10.
All right. Well, then that means I got a 16.
16.
There you go.
All right. So you both exit the madam's house and back onto the red light district. You stick to the shadows, and you don't seem to draw much attention. But as you make your way through the city, You eventually come to the airship tower, where they unload and load airships. And as you get closer, easily enough, you spot this hulking giant of a man, maybe 10 feet tall, towering above the other people, unloading and loading boxes onto an elevator. As you watch him for a while, he just kind of sits there every now and then, eating a sandwich and unloading and loading. And after maybe an hour of watching him, another man approaches him, hands him an envelope. The man kind of grabs it and thanks him, and then begins to head towards the red light district.
Okay. All right. So at this point, would be the time for the cast without. Do I need to cast it again?
How long does it last?
An hour.
Okay, so yeah, you would have to cast it again.
Yeah, so I'll cast it again.
All right, so a stealth check from each of you now.
21.
Anyone?
20.
All right. So you both kind of get into you dive into the crowd with him. He's easy to spot, so you can keep your distance as you just stay a fair distance away. Eventually, he makes his way to the red light district, where the crowds kind of part, and you watch as he heads into Madame Ruby's establishment.
I'll be there.
All right.
Should I roll something to see if he doesn't notice me watching Octavian?
Say, go ahead.
So the way that Pass Without a Trace works is that here, I'll read it out. A veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks. It can't be tracked except by magic means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage. So
all right.
So basically, we can get really close without having to worry about it, right?
Okay. So how close would you like to be?
Let's say he's pretty big, right?
Yeah, he's about 10 feet tall.
10 feet. Let's do 15 feet.
All right. So easily enough, you follow behind him. He doesn't seem to interact with anyone. He just makes a beeline right for Madame Ruby's. And as you watch him enter, Mars, if you'd like to give me a stealth check if you're watching Octavian.
I got a 10.
A 10. Okay. As you
Would I add the extra 10? Would they be close enough to me now?
They can be if they'd like to go in the building as well.
Yeah.
All right, then yeah, go ahead and add the extra 10.
Okay. 20.
It's a 20. So you kind of slink back into a corner as Octavian sits on one of the stools, just kind of absent-mindedly sitting there. You watch as this hulking figure he leans down and he barely fits through the door. He makes a beeline right for the front desk, and if you'd like to make a perception check to see if you can hear what he's saying. Anyone who'd like to make a perception check.
Sure.
Would it just be passive perception, or
you can use passive
I do
perception.
have yeah, my passive perception is 13.
Mine's
all right.
12, so I mean, I'll roll for it. Sure. I got 21.
If you'd like to roll, you can. All right. So he's not trying to hide his voice, so you all pretty much hear him very loudly. Just, he says he'd like a room, and any girl will do.
I'll walk up. Any girl will do.
He kind of looks at you, and he kind of like cocks his eyes, and he says, "You're new."
I am new. Just blown in this week. The name's Polly Darton. From a little town. You know, not up here up in the clouds like you sky folk.
He just kind of he kind of looks down at the money he has in his little pouch, and he says, "How much?"
Oh, how much you got?
He kind of opens it and begins to count. It takes him maybe 10 minutes, and at one point he just empties the sack and individually counts the coins. He doesn't seem to be the brightest.
Tell you what, honey, because you'd be my first customer. I'll just say always first fuck's always free.
His eyes get kind of big and he smiles and he says, that'd be nice, and he scoops all the coin back into his little pouch.
All right, so I guess I'll take him up to a room.
Okay, the two girls kind of look to each other and begin laughing as you slowly climb up the stairs. You come up.
Don't pay them no mind, honey. They just think it's funny that some newbie is able to get such a good, well-paying customer such as yourself.
He kind of is very quiet and he just nods to you as you head down the long hallway.
What'd you say your name was again?
He kind of adjusts himself. He says, Oscar.
Oscar? Oscar. I knew an Oscar once. He was this little green thing, lived in a garbage can, quite of a grouch. You ain't no grouch now, are ya?
He kind of shakes his head and says, no, ma'am.
All right, that's what I like to hear. No, ma'am, yes, ma'am. All right, so, honey, you can find yourself onto the bed right over there. I'll be with you in just a minute.
All right, you take him to one of the bedrooms. You open the door. The bed is large, but as he sits on it, you get the idea that he wouldn't be able to fit in said bed. Are the rest of you following up the stairs as he does this?
No, I don't want to see this.
Yeah, just in case he's in danger.
I don't follow them all the way up to the room, but I stand close to the stairs.
Okay.
All right. What would you like to do, Octavian?
All right. Would you say that is Mars within 60 feet of me?
Easily.
All right. I will telepathically communicate with them.
All right.
With my telepathy feet. All right, Mars. I'm going to give you a play-by-play about what's about to happen. All right. I'll keep you guys informed.
Do not.
All right. It's all for reconnaissance.
All right.
All right. I will undress myself.
Okay.
Putting my I'm using the disguise self spell to appear actually like, human.
Okay.
Yeah. So
should I just fade to black now?
No, it's fine because I'm not going to actually fuck him.
Okay. Thank God.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get real close and be like, "So, Oscar, I've heard that you're quite a you've made quite a name for yourself around these parts. I'm gonna see how he takes that information, what I just said.
Make an insight check.
All right. That's not good. I'm horrible at insight. Oh, I got a natural 20.
All right. As you say this, you see his pupils begin to narrow. He kind of fiddles with his hands, and he just kind of lowers his head and says, "Yeah."
Does he look nervous, like I'm onto him, or does he look ashamed because he's like, "Yeah, I do get a lot of sex work done"?
He looks more ashamed.
All right. Well, nothing to be ashamed about, honey. You have a name for yourself. You paid quite a good amount of money in these parts. And from where I come from, those are some of the most, important men, if you know what I'm saying. Now, Oscar. Now, you ever been with a magic girl before?
He kind of looks up and shakes his head no.
I'm gonna be like, well, want me to show you one of the little tricks I learned before sexy time? I'm gonna pull out my Taroka deck.
All right.
My fortune telling deck. Now, honey, I'm gonna need you to help me with something. All right?
He just nods.
All right, honey. I'm going to need you to shuffle this.
He takes
You know
it,
how to
and
shuffle?
in his hands, it's quite small, but he, with his
Yeah.
large fingers, he kind of, clumsily shuffles the deck.
So tell me, honey. Tell me something. Do you want me to tell you about your life?
He kind
Your
of,
past? Your present or your future?
he looks up and thinks for a moment before he says, future.
Future, all right. But to know one's future, we must know one's past. I'm going to lay out 3 cards. Ah, yes. I see now. The first card, I'll flip the first one over. The first one, it is a picture of a man whose head is covered in eyes looking out. This is the seer, honey. You've seen some things in your past. You've seen some things you ain't quite fond of. Some things that have disturbed you in a sense. Would you say that that's correct?
You see him kind of get a little somber, and he just nods yes, not speaking.
Do you remember what those things were that you saw that weren't quite, savory?
Make a persuasion check.
That is an unnatural 20.
All right. So he kind of fiddles with his thumbs, and he says, "I saw my mama kill my papa."
You saw your mama kill your papa. Why'd your mama kill your papa?
He kind of shrugs and says she got tired of him.
Oh, I saw my mama kill my papa because he was fucking a little filly down in town. So, know that you ain't, that ain't uncommon, mostly. Then I'm going to flip over the next card. Oh, the Necromancer. My. So the Necromancer is a picture of a man conjuring up 2 skeletal undead creatures. Both of them have like star patterns on their forehead. The Necromancer. You and your president have seen some very disturbing acts of violence recently. Multiple ones, in fact. Is that true?
You see him kind of stand, and he's like, I should go. This was a bad idea, and he tries to make his way to the door.
No, honey, it ain't no bad idea. I'm just trying to open you up, get you nice and loosey-goosey. Help you forget all your problems. I mean no harm.
Make a persuasion check.
Please, I insist. Sit down. That is again another unnatural 20 because I can't roll below a 20.
You see him. He reaches for the door, and then he kind of lowers his hand, and he just shakes his head and goes, and he sits back down on the bed.
All right, honey. Do you want to talk about it? You want to tell me? I won't tell anybody. I swear, you have my word.
He kind of just starts rocking himself back and forth, and he says, "The girls I've been with, they've been turning up dead."
And do you know why that is?
Kind of shakes his head, no.
No, not at all. You have any clue?
Just shakes his head a little more vigorously this time.
I'm going to slap him on the ass and say, it's not because you ain't too much to handle, is it?
He cracks a smile, but then immediately goes back to his kind of reserved face.
All right, honey. Well, let me read you the last card before, we get down to business. I flip over the Beggar.
All right.
The Beggar is a man who has nothing. He's missing a hand, and he is currently looking about like he's about to die. Now, honey, your future seems like you will continuously keep going around these parts looking for something that you can never truly have. You're going to keep looking for something to fill that void inside your chest. Well, you know how you turn that shit around?
He kind of looks at you and says, "How?"
You make something of yourself, honey. Try to have a little bit more self-worth in yourself. Now, I'll put up the cards. Hopefully that helped you see some things. Sure as hell helped me see some things. And I will proceed to I will cast. Actually, you know what? I ain't gonna cast anything. I'm gonna pull out my harp.
All right.
And I'm going to begin playing some music.
All right.
Yes. Bet you never been with a girl who could play music before.
He goes, no, I have been. They play the violin and other pretty instruments.
Do they play the lyre?
He kind of nods yes.
All right. I will begin to hold on. I will begin singing a song for him. I'll start singing. Jolene, Dolly Parton.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to like almost kind of like just get so relaxed and he just falls asleep.
Make a performance check.
All right. Ooh, that's pretty good for performance. That is an unnatural 20.
All right, so you begin to play, and he kind of leans back on the bed, his legs not dangling, but his legs extending over the edge, and he just kind of lies there, just staring at the ceiling. Maybe 5-10 minutes. You play and play, and eventually you see his eyes start to flutter, and before long you hear him snoring quietly.
With my passive insight of 15, did I get a feeling that he had any idea of what was going on with these murdered girls?
You get the feeling he was hiding something.
Hiding something. Okay. I am going to... Alright. I'm going to telepathically communicate with Mars. Alright. I have him asleep right now. I've gotten some information out of him. His mother killed his father when he was really young. He's aware that the girls that he's been sleeping with are dying. He seems to be... He's hiding something from me. I'm going to try and figure out what it is, but... All right. All right, I'm gonna kind of pat him on the face. Honey, wake up! You fell asleep. You dozed off.
He kind of rouses and immediately sits up and just kind of looks around a little confused.
Now I noticed something's been bugging you. You seem like you have something on your mind. Is that true? You got something got you a little disheveled?
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh, that is a 29.
29. You see him kind of lower his head and just quietly nod.
You want to talk about it?
He begins to shake his head and he kind of stands up and he's like, I should go. And he heads for the door.
I'm going to cast Suggestion on him.
All right. What's the saving throw for that?
He's got to beat a Wisdom saving throw of 15. However, I'm going to use my bonus action for what is it? Where is it? My unsettling words, where he has, I get to roll a D8 against his save.
All right.
I'm going to say to his unsettling words, no, honey, I do insist. You better sit down and tell me what's gotten troubling you. And with my suggestion, I'm going to say, now please do tell me what's troubling you.
All right. So what's the total subtracted?
He's got to subtract 3 from whatever he rolled.
3 plus his -1, so 4. So
Okay.
12 total.
He fails.
All right. He kind of goes for the door and then he stops as you gesture with your hand and you see the magic kind of reach out and wrap around his forehead. He kind of turns and just nods and he says, I think my mama's been killing those girls.
I'm going to scream in Mars's head. I knew it!
Oh my god.
Mars almost down the stairs.
All right. Well, that's a shame, honey. I'm going to pull out a piece of paper. Here's a coupon.
It's a blank piece of paper.
It's a blank piece of paper. Here's a coupon. You can take it to any of the fine establishments in this place. It's worth one good fucking.
He kind of takes it and looks it over and then looks at you confused.
I assure you. They have these black lights that let them see what's on the piece of paper.
He just kind of nods and says, I should head home now. And he starts to leave.
You probably should. You should. Oh, well, hold on. Before you leave, make sure you walk real slow before you on your way home. All right? You don't want to trip or anything.
He just kind of looks at you confused and nods and heads out the door.
All right. I'm going to put my clothes back on. And come out not as Polly Darton, but instead as Octavian.
All
Be
right.
like, guys, we got to follow him, but we got to do it all sneaky-like. All right? Sneak.
Okay. Everybody roll stealth checks.
Ooh, I got pretty good for stealth. I got a 19.
Okay.
How much time has passed?
I got
It's only been like 20 minutes.
I got 16.
I got a 17.
Well, no. So my stealth check should still be there, right? My previous
Oh, yeah.
one?
For those of you who... The only one who would really need to make a stealth check would be Mars and Octavian.
Oh, okay. Then they would get a plus 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got a 20. So I got a 26 then.
Okay.
27 then.
All right. So you guys, all four of you, exit Madame Ruby's establishment and head out into the street. Keeping, you don't need to keep your distance, but keeping to the shadows, you follow Oscar as he makes his way out of the red light district, back to the slums. And before long, he kind of veers off into an alley, and as you turn the corner, you see him enter this small shack in the middle of the alley, or in the middle of a circular courtyard that's branches off to 3 additional alleys. He kind of goes inside and shuts the door behind him.
All right, guys. Do you want me to draw him out so that he's not in the same place when we go and attack his mom?
That's probably a good idea.
All right. I'll use minor illusion outside of the house to make the sound of ringing bells, kind of like eerie, like ringing bells.
Okay.
Kind of echoing just indiscriminately off of like all of the stuff. Do a deception check.
Deception, yes.
All right. That is a unnatural 20 because
All right.
I can't roll below a 20 for my deception
So-
either.
You twist your fingers, and all of you hear the audible sound of bells. And before long, you see Oscar kind of poke his head out and kind of reveal himself from the doorway, just looking around.
Oscar.
Talking to him telepathically?
Yes.
All right. He kind of,
Oscar,
you see,
I'm over here, Oscar.
he kind of looks around a little confused.
Over here, a little closer.
He starts to like wander off to one of the other alleys.
No, other way.
You see him pivot and make a deception check at this point.
Okay. Cool, I got a 26.
26. He kind of turns
Yeah.
and begins to head down the other alley.
Yep, right one. All right, now turn to your left.
He kind of
Does he turn to his left?
He turns and faces the wall.
All right, Oscar. You're gonna have to climb this wall. I'm up here.
You see him kind of crane his head up. He kind of like scratches his scalp and absent-mindedly begins to climb.
Very good, Oscar. Keep climbing. You're almost there.
He begins to climb even higher.
You almost had it. All right. Does he get to the roof?
He gets about halfway before he kind of slips and falls back on his back.
Oh my gosh. Oscar, no. Oscar, are you okay?
Make another deception check.
Hold on. 21.
21. He kind of rubs his back and he sits up, and then he, this time more aggressively, begins to climb up the wall.
That's right, Oscar. That's right. You got this.
All right. He reaches the top and hoists himself over, and you lose sight of him.
All right. I'm going to keep telepathically speaking to him. I'm just going to tell him. All right. Now. It's you got to run. You got to jump across to the other roof, and then you got to jump and cross. You got to keep going, all right?
Make one last deception check.
Another 21.
21. You don't see him, but you do hear loud footfalls met with an immediate silence and then another landing as he leaps from one roof to the other.
Okay. All right. I'm going to turn to the group. Yeah, he'll be gone for about maybe 3 hours.
All right. What would you guys like to do?
No, Hugo. It's not impressive. He's just very stupid.
He does have a -2 to intelligence.
Anyone could pull that off. Yeah, anyone can pull that off. Hugo. All right. We gotta get into that. Well, I mean, he left the front door open, right?
Yeah, the door's wide open.
Okay.
So we just gotta check and make sure. We've gotta be sure that the mom is the one doing the murdering, or else we just end up pointing fingers at the wrong person.
Should I try to pose as another lady again to see if she comes out to try to kill me? Oh, wait, I have an idea. I'll use disguise self on myself one more time. Make myself look like Polydart, and I'm gonna walk up to the to the house and be like, Oscar. Not very loud, just kind of loud enough to who's ever inside could hear me. Be like, Oscar, you in there? You forgot something, Oscar.
All right. You kind of sit there quietly, just loud enough that someone inside can hear you. And eventually you do hear some movement from inside, and you see briefly the curtains pull back and then shut. And then after a few seconds you see quite a large figure emerge from the doorway, standing maybe 11 feet tall. Kind of this deep blue skin with shock white hair with a shawl over them. And they kind of turn to you, and you can see in one hand they're holding a glaive, and in the other they've got their claws bared.
Hi, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. Nice to meet you. Does Oscar live here? He kind of forgot something at my place. Just wanted to return it to him.
You see
I'm
this...
gonna prestidigitate an image of a puppy holding a sandwich in his hand, eating like a little statue of a dog eating a sandwich wearing a raincoat. He left this at my place.
You see this kind of wicked smile come across her face, and she just kind of shakes her head and says, "It was foolish of you to come here. I usually have to hunt for Oscar's friends, but today it's a little easier." And she goes and raises the glaive above her head.
I'd like to inform you, ma'am, that I am in fact a prostitute. I'm a hooker, a woman of the night, as some would say. Your son was fucking me. That's a nice glaive you got there. I mean, we're kind of in the shadow of that building. I don't think the reflective surface of that glaive's gonna quite catch the light or anything. I don't know why you're raising it all. Oh, you're getting closer. You seem like you're about to strike me down. It'd be a shame if some friends I brought with me were to jump out and protect me all of a sudden.
Okay.
So at this time, I'm gonna rush.
All right.
At her and attack.
Shame if people were to
So I'm still in
protect me.
stealth right now, right?
You're still in stealth.
Okay.
So
So
it's a
would it be a
surprise
surprise
round?
attack?
It would be a surprise round, but we're gonna have to end it there because I gotta go meet my parents for dinner.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
okay. Sounds
We'll
good.
pick up right where we left off.
Pick it
I've
up
got-
next
So
Yes.
week.
Yep.
This is
and battle.
this is some